Hello and welcome to Miss Frame of Mind's YouTube channel. I am Tanisha, aka Miss Frame of Mind. Thank you for taking out your time to visit my page, but nonetheless, also learning a little bit more about my purpose of journaling and why I do it. So, the reason why I decided to do this video is because number one, a lot of my friends have asked me, where do you purchase your journals? Where do you get these? Because a lot of times, some of the journals I've purchased not only for my personal use, but also I have actually gift them. And people have been wondering, where did she purchase this? Like, I love them. I use them all the time. I fill it up and I want more. Where is she getting them? And I never tell them, or I give them a hint eventually that I bought it at such and such place, which I'll dig in that in a minute. And, but not that I don't want to share. It's just that I don't know. I'm just silly like that. No, I'm just playing. But no, all jokes aside, the reason why I wanted to share this tidbit about journaling, and I'll try to make this brief, is because I feel as though that technology has taken over the power of using a pen or a pencil and being able to write down our thoughts altogether. Yeah, I said it. We have actually resorted to our cell phones. We take time to put a quick thought or note or send a message to someone. We don't take time to really gather our thoughts and sit down and write. And if you could dig deep, and I might be telling on myself because you're gonna be like, Tanisha, really? You went far back, but this is the truth. I remember back in grade school, my teachers always, I don't care what grade it was, they always took time out for us to sit down and take 30 minutes, almost an hour, sometimes, probably once a week or once a day or what have you, to journal. And, it may be something that we have to take home for homework and journal and bring back, and our teachers read it and grade it and so forth. Or if not, it may be at the moment. And our teacher always wrote something on the blackboard about a topic or something. I don't care if it's, why did, the cows come home? I just made that up, as you know. And, whatever it is, it took time. You actually took time to think and actually put it down on paper. And so with that being said, my school, I don't know about everybody else's school, but we used to do current events. Every Friday was a current event. And what we did was our teacher always encouraged us to find a topic. I don't care if it's in the magazine. I don't care if it was in the newspaper, what have you. Find an information topic, cut it out, paste it on a piece of paper, and write about it. Usually about a paragraph. Just give you a review of what was going on. And it was always something each week. And I felt like at that time, we actually took time to really understand what was going on in our world, read the paper. And that was also a point for us to be able to sit down with our parents and discuss why this happened, what is going on. So it was a good discussion piece at the table to have during dinner time or what have you. And you'd be able to sit down and write down your collection of thoughts based on that topic. It really, it was always a connection there. And now we quickly resort, we can't think for ourselves. We have to go online and find it. And I'm not going to lie, I do it myself. But I think all of us are creatures of habit, and we have actually created a habit of going to our cell phones and Googling everything just to get a quick answer. Not really take time to really think about it, because we have the power of our cell phones at hand to be able to do those things. So getting to the point, I actually am a big fan of journaling. A lot of people, a lot of females and even guys may remember that all of us had a diary at some point. And I know some of the guys are like, really, Tanisha, did I have a diary? You may have, I don't know, but I know that I had a diary, and my diary was a collection of my thoughts. I used to write my diary daily, and then to a point, I just started writing certain events that took place. And I laughed one day because I actually looked at my diary and sat down and laughed about some of the stuff I wrote when I was a child. And I was like, really? There were highlights and moments in my life. And when I think about it, when I read about it, I remember the moment when I wrote it, when I was reading it, and I was like, oh my God, I cannot believe that happened, or that took place, or something happened at school, or it could have been a boy that liked me, or he wrote me a love note, or it could be my cousins went out, we went and did something. It's something far-fetched or funny or whatever the case may be at the moment. So I know that we take time to, gather our thoughts and feelings in different ways. We express by taking a picture, or also, documenting something in some way, shape, or form, but it's by the use of our phone. But we don't document it by hand, writing it down like we're telling a story. So the purpose of me journaling is basically taking out the time to really unleash my creative side, unleash my emotions, my feelings, and be able to really get thought onto paper. I mean, just all together. I feel like it's a release. Some people may have released by playing a video game. People have released by, going out bike riding. People have released as actually, watching their favorite movies or what have you. The list goes on. My release is being able to sit down and gather my thoughts and put it out on paper. Now, with that being said, I have journals for every aspect of my life, where it have to be in a religious sense, it have to be in a relationships. Not to say I have like a Bible full of relationship issues, but it could be something that was going on in the period of my life that it was a taught lesson. There was a lesson behind it, and it taught me something. And I want to write down and collectively get all my thoughts together and put it down in my journal, because I have went back to some of my journals and reread some of the things I wrote, and I'm like, wow, did I go through that at that time, or whatever the case may be. Also, I want to say that I do have a journal, what I say, a recorder on my phone that I have saved files of things that I have actually talked, and I'll get into that here in a minute, that I've actually took time in my car, just really getting my thoughts out there, and I'll get on that here in a minute. So, excuse me, a lot of people have been wondering about my journals and my purpose. As I mentioned, my purpose of journaling is just really allowing myself to be able to unleash my creative side, unleash my thoughts and feelings. A lot of times I may not be able to express everything that's going on with me at that moment to all my friends that's in my circle and tell them what's going on with me. And I'm quite sure the same applies to them. There is times where we may not even be able to connect with one another, just to be able to unleash whatever is going on or talk about whatever discussed. So a lot of times either we resort to praying about it, most importantly, or also even sitting down and writing it out and getting our thoughts off our minds onto paper so we can walk away from it. So I'm just going to share with you a couple of journals that I purchased, and I will tell you where I bought them. If I didn't purchase them recently, I purchased them in the past, but you'll get an idea of some of the styles and journals and my purpose behind it. So there's one journal here. It's, as you can see, black journal. It says Let It Be. I purchased this journal actually at TJ Maxx. I believe I purchased this for about $4.99. And the reason why I bought it was for me to be able to just iron out my thoughts and feelings and everything and just whatever. The pretty much the quote, the title there pretty much speaks for itself. Let it be. But you don't have to necessarily just write whatever it is, let it be, and put it in there. It could be a number of things. You could just actually just have that, just something to reference to, something to write down, what have you. I love this quote. This is another journal I purchased. I got this at Ross. It's Dr. Seuss. It says, "Don't cry because it's over, smile because it happened." How witty, how cute that is. But at the same time, that applies to all of us. Think about that. I'm quite sure you've seen this quote before on social media. I don't care if it's on Pinterest, on Instagram, on Facebook, or somewhere. But this quote, Dr. Seuss, we all young at heart, and this quote applies to all aspects of our lives. There's times that we have troubles and issues that goes on in our life, and we wonder why me this, why me that, and we wonder why these things take place in our lives. And I laugh about that because I always used to cry about certain things, but now I've grown up and I've realized that, nah. I'm glad that it happened. There's a lesson in everything. And sometimes it's a hard pill to swallow, because sometimes we need to be reminded, hey, Tanisha or so-and-so, it was a lesson in it. It was a reason why that happened. So don't, just smile behind it and don't cry over it. Simple as that. This is a journal here that I purchased at Marshall's for $4.99. Look how thick that is. And it haven't been opened. I still have the plastic on it. Just when the caterpillar thought the world was over, it became a butterfly. It's a proverb. We have seen this quote before, and I love this journal, and I will open it pretty soon to use it. Quotable journal. I love it. It's really, really nice. It's thick, and it's a heavy book. It's really heavy. So I thought it was a really nice journal. It's from Quotable Journals, and I had to purchase it. I got this for $4.99. What better deal than that? And it's colorful. Just when the caterpillar thought the world was over, it became a butterfly. So I'm not going to keep going over and over that. Also, there's a quote by Oprah Winfrey. I purchased up this journal, and I got this at Marshall's for $7.99. The biggest adventure you you can ever take is to live the life of your dreams. How perfect is that? And it's from Oprah. Oprah said that. So this is, Oprah didn't give this to me. This is something I purchased at Marshall's, but it was one of her quotes on this. And you can actually look at this and apply this in whatever area in your life that you feel like, you know what, I'm going to put all my thoughts and feelings for this particular area of my life in this particular journal. I found a cute one, and excuse me, you may have heard some noise. I don't do fashion. I am fashion. This is really cute. Has a little gold prong there. This is in the quotes from Coco Chanel, and I purchased this at Marshall's again for $3.99. Yes, $3.99. I may actually gift this. So any of my friends watching this, you probably know who I'm probably going to gift this to. Hint. You probably know, especially with this quote. You'll figure it out. One of my favorite ones is this leather bound one that I purchased again at Marshall's. You're like, Tanisha, you got everything from Marshall's, but I can't help it. Sometimes I walk into this. It's Gold Digger. What better tool and journal to write down all of your goals? I don't care if it's career goals, life goals, purpose goals, whatever it is. These are your goals. What better way to be able to put this in here like a diary and just say, these are the things you're trying to create, make happen, whatever. This is good. And I'm going to share with you two more. This one here was from TJ Maxx. The happiest people don't have the best of everything. They make the best of everything. Yes. And life. That is true. You make the best of everything it don't have to be with all types of big stuff. It don't have to be, you got to have everything I can't even talk right now, but you don't have to have everything to be happy. It's just, make the best of what you have. Make the best of it in life. We think that we have to have so much stuff in order to be happy, but we don't. Make the best of what you have. Make the best of everything. Because we only have one life to live, and make the best of it. That's it. Live it up. I have one, love it. It was from TJ Maxx. Keep smiling. It makes people wonder where you've been. Wow. Keep smiling. Yes. I love this. It caught my eye. The quote caught my eye. A lot of times people wonder, what's going on with Tanisha? Not that I'm trying to be secretive or anything like that. It's just a lot of times I feel as though that we have points in our lives where we want to be able to share things at certain times, whatever, or may not even have to share everything that's going on. But I feel like that at some point in your life, you have to make some type of, I guess you say, you have to level out certain things. Excuse me. I just had a brain freeze there. You have to be able to just do what you got to do and keep it moving. There's a lot of things I can dig into, which I may dig into and share that on my website at missframeofmind.com and share with you why I do some of the things I do when it comes to my thought and thinking and my rationality of things going on with life. I feel it's important that sometimes what my grandmother always say is sometimes you have to have a little business to yourself. And that is true. Remember that. Sometimes it's good to have a little business to yourself. Everybody don't have to know everything. A lot of times I'll just be smiling. And any of my friends that know me, they know, and they're like, Tanisha's up to something. She is. So keep smiling because it makes people wonder, what the heck? Where the heck and what the heck you doing? What the heck you doing and where you been? And last but not least, I have one. As you see, I'm zooming in on this. Faith. It does not make things easy, but it makes them possible. Luke 1, verse 38. This was from TJ Maxx. This was $3.99. This obviously is used for the purpose of any scriptures, any biblical teachings. I don't care if I'm watching TD Jakes on TV. I don't care if I was at church or at Bible study. That is going to be in there. And it's a good reference tool because, like I said, journals are a purpose. They're a purpose for everything. And my journals serve a purpose in every aspect of my life. If you come to my apartment, if people that know me, they come in, they may see a journal laying around. And there was a reason for that journal. I have a journal that I carry in my purse. And the purpose of that is just actually, gathering my thoughts. So I really want to go down and just really quick to the point. You probably like, well, what was the point of it? The point of it is that I really think, and I really encourage you to go out and purchase yourself a journal today, tomorrow, whenever you have a chance, or if you're in a store shopping at TJ Maxx, Target, Ross, Marshalls, it could be even in Big Lots or wherever you may be, Walmart, and you see a journal that really, really grabs you. Look at it, find out that journal is functional. It's going to work for your purpose and benefit. And if it is, pick it up, purchase it, and start writing. Like I said, we have lost the touch of writing, and we have spent so much time navigating on our phones because, like I said, our phones thinks for us, and we don't take time to think for ourselves. So what better way to have an outlet and a release to be able to sit down and write. I encourage parents too to be able to take that time to do the same with their children. I feel like it's very vital for us to stay connected with our children. I don't have any myself, but I know that I would do the same for my children if I sat down and, be able to take the time, have them journal when they're at home, write down their thoughts and feelings, whatever. Go sit down and, create that journal and write in a topic every day, as you're thinking about things that's going on in the world or about family, about life, whatever, and have them write about a paragraph in it. And so when you get home from work or whatever, you could be able to read it and see what their thoughts are and be able to give them feedback. So when they come home from school, if you're not home by that time and you're probably still at work or coming in late, they're able to see what mom and dad has wrote back as feedback and share that. And then they could be able to connect with you on that level. And it's an ongoing conversation. And I feel like it's very vital and it's very helpful. So I really, really encourage parents to do that with their children. And also too, adults, I encourage you all to take time to iron out your thoughts. You're never too old to write down your thoughts and be creative or think creative and write it down on paper and come back to that later. I really think it's very important. I've been journaling for about over 5-6 years. Now, we're not including grade school and so forth. I'm talking about within the past several years. And I have actually come across some of my old journals that I was like, wow, did I write that? I'm glad I did that. Now, case in point, I want to mention about something I said probably 10 minutes ago. I said something about that I have a recorder on my phone. I do. On my phone, I downloaded the app. It's nothing but just self-recordings. I have recordings you wouldn't believe. And I actually turned my Bluetooth on in my car. And as I'm driving home from work, at night especially, or going into work, excuse me, I actually take time to talk. There might be people staring at me. As enough as it is people staring at you thinking you're talking to yourself when you're on your Bluetooth. But it's a great way for me to be able to have a conversation with God. I either have a conversation with myself, just basically talking about what I'm going to accomplish for that day, or even when I'm coming back home, what I talk about what I accomplished and what I didn't accomplish and what I could have done better, or maybe it's something that's going on in my life at the moment. It could be a relationship matter. It could be an issue that's going on with my family. It could be something just going on with me personally that I need to vent out and get off my chest. So I do use my recorder, and there has been times where I've actually drove down the highway and I turned on one of my recorded journal entries. Yeah, recorded journal entries. And I'm like, wow, what was I going through that day? Did I really have this on my mind? Was I really, really stressing about whatever? Wow. And it really allows me to be able to hear myself at that time and then even now. And it really allows me to see how far where I am in life. And it really speaks volumes, because there's times where I had certain points and things that happened in my life that I was like, oh my gosh, I was going through it. And then when I look at myself then and I look at now, I'm like in complete awe, because I have completely transformed as a person. It's like I was a caterpillar and I turned into a butterfly. So you'll be surprised and shock yourself. You're like, oh my gosh, on May 13th, 2012, I done that? What? And it will blow your mind. Or if not, even the day of. I have actually gone to the days, that particular date today, like even April. I'll go on to the specific date and I'll actually be like, what was I doing that day? Or at least around that day if I didn't record that day. Like, are you serious? So I really encourage you to download an app and record it and send all of those files to your cloud if you have space to do so. And sometimes we don't want to be reminded. It's just like Snapchat. We want to be able to take the moment to record a video and let it go. But you may want that. You want to be able to go back and say, oh my goodness, I actually went through this at the time. What was I thinking? Yes. So enough of that. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I hope this probably touched you in some way, shape, or form. As I stated, journaling is a fun fulfilled thing to do, and it does serve a purpose in my life, and I hope it serves a purpose one day in your life if it's not already now, and hopefully it'll serve a purpose soon. And if you have any questions, concerns, feel free to comment below. Hey, if you're on a hunt for finding a certain journal, let me know. I may be able to give you some insight on where to go, how to find it, etc., etc. All right, thank you.